Your finances aren't a disaster, so why the constant guilt? You don't have a luxury car, you don't have the dream home yet, and somehow that makes you feel like you're doing something wrong. But what if I was to tell you that you're already quietly winning? Let's go ahead and break down 7 signs that you're actually on the right path, even if it does not feel like it. Maybe you've had a steady income, a little savings, and no crushing debt, but something feels off still. Yes, I know this is more common than you think. And I'm going to be real with you. I have been there. I have done that. There was actually a time I thought I was failing just because my numbers did not look like somebody else's on Instagram. But the truth is simple. Financial wellness is not about your income or how much you have saved. It is about how you think, how you move, and how you manage your life when nobody else is watching. So today I'm going to be sharing 7 of the quiet signs that you're actually winning with money, even if nobody is giving you a gold star for it. So let's go ahead and dive right in. We're going to be shifting the narrative because you might be doing way better than you actually give yourself credit for. Number 1 is you've actually started saying no without guilt or explanation. This one right here, oof, oh my goodness, this is a huge deal. You used to say yes to everything, right? That birthday trip, you said yes. That brunch every weekend, you said yes, sure, why not? That group chat peer pressure, you said sure, yeah, I'm in. But now you've decided to say no, and not just that, you're not writing a whole paragraph to explain yourself. You just tell people that you can't do it because you're prioritizing your peace. You just go ahead and say no, that doesn't fit my budget right now, and you keep it moving. That right there, my friend, is growth, because saying no is not just about saving your money. It's about setting boundaries and having control and telling people that you are the CEO of your own life, right? Not your friends, not Instagram, and definitely not FOMO or the fear of missing out. 2 is you no longer tie your worth to your income. This one hit me hard. It hit personally because there was a time I actually believed that if I didn't hit a certain salary, I was not successful, right? I felt like I was behind, like I wasn't measuring up. But here was the truth here. You are not your paycheck. Do you understand? You are not your paycheck. Let me say it again for those who are all the way in the back. You're not your paycheck. Some of the most stressed out people make 6 and 7-figure incomes, and yet they are still stressed and have absolutely no peace. If you've stopped chasing income for validation and you're just focused on your purpose and your stability and on your growth, you're going to be walking in wealth. And that mindset shift, that is going to be the real financial maturity for you. 3 is you make decisions with your future self in mind. So if you ever scroll online and you see something cute and your brain is like, I want that thing. But then your future self is like, no, you don't. Okay, we're not doing that today at all. That little pause that you have, that is a quiet win. You used to be in right now mode. Every paycheck, you're just spending it and all your money was gone. But right now you are prioritizing by pausing, planning, and asking questions like, will this still matter 6 months from now? That kind of thinking, that is how wealth is built. It is not from making big dramatic moments, but from small intentional decisions made with your future self in mind. Number 4 is that you handle unexpected expenses without panicking, right? Let's be clear here. Surprise expenses are the worst. Nobody is jumping for joy over a $400 car repair or a broken fridge or a last minute fee that you have to pay. But the difference here is that you are not spiraling. You have enough margin, enough mindset that when life throws things at you, you're not falling apart. You're handling it because you have reserves ready to handle such situations. So even if your emergency fund is not fully stacked, the fact that you're not panicking means that you're building your financial muscle. It means that you are ready, right? It is not about never having problems. It's about being prepared when those problems show up. Number 5 is you track your progress instead of chasing perfection. Listen, we're not always going to hit all our money goals, right? We've got budgets. I have budget myself that I've flunked, right? I have actually pivoted more times than I can actually count with these my 10 fingers. But the difference is that I don't avoid money problems anymore. I face them head on, and neither do you, right? You're checking in, you're adjusting, and you're staying in a relationship with your finances. Most people do not look at their finances all the time, right? But you're looking at your bank account and you're checking it weekly, monthly even, and you're asking yourself, what is working for me? What do I need to change? That is how real growth happens, right? It is not about being perfect, but being consistent. Number 6 is you're teaching or encouraging others with what you've learned. You might not actually realize this one, but if you've actually ever helped a friend budget or told your little cousin not to get that 25% interest credit card, or maybe you've actually watched a bunch of podcasts or shared advice with others, this means you've gone from survival to service. You've learned something valuable, right? And now you're passing it on to others. And teaching is one of the biggest signs that you've actually understood the topic and you're actually passing it on. You're not just building your world at this moment, you're building legacy by passing it on. And that ripple effect is what actually matters and what actually counts. Number 7 is that you're no longer obsessed with hustle culture. Yes, let's go right there. You're no longer obsessed with making $10,000 by watching YouTube videos. You're not signing up for 5 courses that you're never going to finish. And you're not chasing 12 income streams at a time out of fear. Now, don't get me wrong, right? I love business. I like to hustle, right? I hustle all the time. This is a hustle for me. I am an entrepreneur to the core. But what I do not believe in is burnout disguised as success. If you realize that you don't have to run yourself into the ground to build wealth, and if you're building a plan you can actually sustain, then that is freedom and that is power. You've chosen strategy over stress, and that is what winning actually looks like. So let me say this. If you saw yourself in one of these signs that I've actually mentioned today, you are not behind and you are not failing. You're actually building, you are growing, and you are evolving. And sometimes the biggest signs of progress are the quietest. They don't show up in big, loud luxury, right? They show up in peace, in clarity, and in the freedom to choose what's actually best for you. So if you needed a reminder today, then I am glad that you showed up and that you're here. Go ahead and like the video, subscribe for more, and send this to someone else who is probably doing better than they actually think or realize. Because we're not just chasing numbers here, right? We are building freedom. I am Fuanyi, and this is Timeless Financial Solutions. I'm going to see you in the next one. You got this.